Here it is, flooded with the rich reality of natural color.
Who could resist these colorful patterns?
When I hear the name Technicolor, it conjures up images of red shoes and ruby slippers.
It's in the name, it's the technology and the colour is the creativity. In some regard, we're still doing the same service that the company's been doing for over 100 years.
Harry Potter definitely key and iconic for us. A big part of our legacy is that kind of Harry Potter era.
We have a constant expectation and ambition to work with the world's most ambitious agencies and brands.
Options around him. Oh, he's missed the chance to open the scoring.
This is a really exciting time, not just for Technicolor games, but just for games overall. The technology's changing, and Technicolor has always been sort of on the edge of those changes.
Oh, I'm late if I'm going to be early.
Just in the time that I've been doing this over the last few decades, things have changed so dramatically on what can be actually created and put onto a screen. The sky's the limit, so I just think it goes as far as our imagination lets us.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the webinar series Learn, Create and Grow, brought to you by our team at the Technicolor Creative Studios Academy. Thank you for taking the time to join us here today. My name is Nikita Lobo, and I'm a Global Training Coordinator at Technicolor Creative Studios Academy. I will be your host for today's webinar. In the previous episode, we had covered animation in VFX. So today, we wanted to go for a different discipline. But first, let me tell you a little something about Technicolor Academy. The Academy not only gives us a first-hand experience of what it's like to work in the exciting world of creative technologies, but it also gives artists an opportunity to dive much deeper into VFX and animation at no cost. Here's another interesting fact. The Academy isn't specific to just one location or discipline, but an array of disciplines, and we recruit people from all around the world. The classes and sessions, which are led by some of the finest and most experienced in the industry, are generally spread over 4 to 14 weeks. For those of you who are joining us just now, welcome to this session where you will learn how Anim is used in visual effects. Now, without further ado, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to our speaker for today's event, Priyank Jain. He has a total of 14 years of experience in the VFX industry and is definitely one of the most talented there is. Over to you, Priyank, to take us all through the entire process.
Hi everyone, I am Priyank, Principal Trainer Anim at Technicolor Creative Studios Academy. I am so excited to be hosting this webinar today. So let's start by a simple question. And what is Anim or technical animation? Many students confuse technical animation with films that mechanical engineers use to show working of machines. So I will ask again, what is Anim in VFX? Anim or technical animation in VFX is used to simulate realistic cloth, hair and fur. So whenever you look at a great shot in VFX film that has amazing cloth, hair or fur, the credit goes to a team of talented technical animators. Let me show you some clips. Anim is simulation, mostly to do with cloth, hair and fur. As you can see in the clip, the cape of Superman, great looking hair simulation on lion, fur on Kong. And even these muscle and skin movements. All are great examples of the kind of work a technical animator does. Let's look at this example on how environment and surroundings drive the simulation in a shot. Here you can note how Kong's fur behaves differently in two weather conditions. This is to make you understand the environment and surrounding drive the kind of simulation we does on shots. Look at this another comparison. You can compare here wolf's fur behavior. On the left side is wet due to rain, and on the right side it's a silky. because of the normal environment. So now that we understand what Tekken is, let's find out where it sits in the VFX production pipeline. Technicolor comes right after animation and before lighting. Here is an example clip of Jungle Book. The animation department animated the wolf shot and sent to the Technicolor department for hair simulation. After the Technicolor job is done, Technicolor department send this shot to the lighting department. Let me share a few interesting facts about Lion King, an award-winning VFX film our studio worked on. We all know that rendering could be a pain, but do you know it took 77 million hours to render all the VFX shots of Lion King? If we use just one computer to render for that many hours, it will take us over 8,000 years to finish the movie. Another fact is regarding the number of characters. Did you know that the film had over 9,063 characters from 63 different species? If that doesn't surprise you enough, let me share a tech canon fact. Lion alone had over 600 million strands of hair and it took an average of over 8 hours to simulate. This is for you to understand the scale and work it takes to create amazing work you see on the screen. I hope you are getting excited about taking tech Anim as a career choice. As we are joined by a lot of students today, I would also like to discuss on the tech Anim workflow and how I feel you should approach your shop. Firstly, study and observe. Observing and study what you want to create is very crucial step. This includes planning, looking at various references, sometimes recording references too. You can see here I have a video references for the type of cloths, how they interact and feel. So whenever we need to simulate any kind of cloth shot, we need to study accordingly. So here I show you about cotton, silk, leather, denim and others. Test in software. That's a secondary step. We just hit some tools and try to take out the output or understand how can we take out those things, some parameters, changing the values and all those things to get the basic idea with the basic primitives. After that, the scene development starts. We put all those R&Ds in the particular scene development part. Finally, I wanted to have a quick demo to show you how we work on shot. Can anyone guess which film is this? This clip is from Cruella, an award-winning film done by a talented team at MPC. Here is in the clip where the dog stands and interact with cloth. This is not real. In fact, the dog itself is CGI and the cloth is also. So in this scene you can see we receive this dog animation from animation department and we have this fur also from the groom department. So we connect both and we simulate the fur first as per the behavior of the dog action and the cloth interacts with fur and the dog as per the motion. Before start any shot we receive some information from supervisors like what kind of cloth this means. It's like a silk or cotton or some other kind of material. uh, because of that the movement of the cloth and folds will change, like the wrinkles and the folds, and we need to check also is there any kind of environment behavior like a way like a wind or any other thing is there or not. So as per also the cloth motion will change, so we need to simulate accordingly. So here I can see there's no such kind of wind in the shot. I can see there's a bigger folds in this. Let's try to create the similar kind of shot to get the idea how it is done. We are using Autodesk Maya software to simulate the cloth. In my scene, tiger is walking and cloth is lying on the table. We need to create interaction between cloth and lion as per the reference. So as we see in the scene, we have this line to interact, the ground and the table which is lying on the cloth. So we need to create 3 interaction. This animation done by my friend Srijit, who is the principal trainer at the academy. Let's simulate this quick and simple. As we discussed already before start, any shot we receive some information from supervisor like what kind of cloth is this, means it's a silk or cotton or denim or something else. Because of that, the movement of cloth and folds will change. And we need to check also the environment behavior, means is there any wind or not. So behavior of the cloth will change accordingly. As per the reference, there's no wind. So to convert this mesh to cloth, we need to apply and cloth. That comes in the FX shelf. Now I need to change the frame number because my shot starts from 1001. So I need to put the same value in the nucleus. Nucleus comes when we convert this mesh into the cloth. Nucleus also made. Nucleus is the solver. So I just changed in the time attribute, my start frame should be same 1001 frame. And I can play and check. My cloth is coming down and it's not interact with neither the tiger nor the table or the ground. So what should I need to do? I need to convert all these three things as a collider. So I select my table. This is a plane, a ground, and not this. This is the tiger, and convert as a passive collider. Now I can see when I start to simulate, my cloth is stretching a bit, but it's not coming down. It's just stopped over here because of the collision geometry. And now when tiger starts to walk, it takes some shape from that also. Now we need to refine this cloth. So I just select and do some change because it stretch a lot and start. So I have this stretch resistance. I can just put that value like 100 or something. I have some band resistance to control the band and some other values which we can play. We can increase the mass or something. If you wanted to convert as a heavy cloth, you need to increase the mass or those kind of things. Let us play and check. As I see in the simulation, we can't scrub the timeline in between. It's calculate frame by frame. So for that, I can't check in between like this kind of, it's not behaving because it's not caching. For the cache prevents, give me the error also. So I suggest always whenever you simulate anything, use the end caching. And you can start with the smaller frame range to see the output is coming or not first. So it will give you the faster result. So I can start with 1050, just the 50 frames to simulate, and start and cache, create new cache. An object, yes. I have the previous caches already there, so that's why it's asked the replacing, so I replace that. Now I can see the tiger starts and it's going to behave. And as I see, now the tiger interaction is there. So my simulation starts to work. I can increase the frame number and check now. And now I can in between also, I can just play and I can see here some kind of movement is going on, and it will settle in some time. So I can see in some frame it will getting settled. So I see it will get settle around 100 frames or 50 frames. So what we can do, we can increase pre-roll frames. That can be 950 in the negative frame range. And we need to change our nucleus start frame also. And we need to remove our cache. So I just do one thing. I can just replace the cache. So whatever the current cache is working, that is replace the previous one. So replace cache in an object, it asks to replace, and done. So what happened is this subtlety of the movement is before the 1001 frame is happening majorly. So when I see the output, the settle movement which is we want as per the prepare part is not visible in our main output. So that the pre thing is we call pre-roll. So let's see. So if I can see, it start from here and settle majorly over there. Let's go a little more so we can increase our pre-roll frame also. So if I can see from 1001 frame output, now I can see because I have the cache output. Yeah, there are some settle movement also again. So I can just increase the frame number and increase the values also to control a bit of subtlety. I can see the full motion also. Now after this, if you can see, this cache takes time. So my suggestion is, now we need to just replace cache entirely. I'm not appending the cache. So now it will take some time to cache out and it will give some give us the output. As we see, our cache is done. Now we can see the output, and because my frame range is lesser, so I can see now the output is, and it should be start from 1001 frame. We need to refine the cloth. That we can do by using these tools. So it was just the basic idea how we use Anim in VFX. Just to recap, Anim is a part of VFX process where we make the scene further realistic by using cloth, hair, fur, muscle and skin simulation. Today we also understood that to enter in this career, you need to be more observational and have interest in simulation. Thank you all for attending this webinar. Over to you, Nikita.
Thank you, Priyank, for that very elaborate and informative session. I'm guessing you're all just as amazed as I am with the sheer talent and effort that goes into putting something like this together. Thanks again. To make sure we're helping you to the best of our abilities, we have a chat box to source your questions. Please feel free to drop questions on the topic or share your struggles and experiences. Priyank and team will answer your questions as and when they come in. Thanks a lot for that, Priyank. And now we will move to our trivia round. The first person to answer the questions correctly in the chat box will win a goodie bag. Here are the trivia questions. Your first question for this session. What is the full form of VFX? Moving on to your second one, arrange the following in the correct sequence in VFX production pipeline. You have 4 options. 1. Animation. 2. Lighting. 3. Rigging. 4. Tech Anim. Your third and final question for the session. Are fluids and water simulation part of Tech Anim? Yes or no? Thank you so much for participating in this trivia round. We will reach out to the winner shortly. Let me introduce Nikita Mishra, who's the admissions manager at Technicolor Creative Studios Academy. She will now run us all through the entire admissions process.
Hi, my name is Nikita Mishra. I am the admissions manager at Technicolor Creative Studios Academy in India. The TCS Academy offers virtual learning for recent graduates and novice artists looking to work in visual effects. The courses prepare you for a career in the VFX industry and focus on your technical and creative skills as well as your soft skills. Conducted by industry experts, the Academy is a full-time apprenticeship that leads to artist-level positions in Technicolor Creative Studios. The objective is to put you into a studio workflow and mindset and ready to deliver first-class visual effects. With over 20 different courses of 4 to 14 weeks in length, the courses focus on different departments of visual effects pipeline for live action, animation, or games. The Monday to Friday schedule includes daily reviews and assignments. How to apply? Before applying, it's important to know that all courses have ongoing start dates. So, applications stay open and there is no deadline to apply. First, you will need to apply for the academy of your choice in the location that you are interested in working in after. You can apply directly from our website www.tcstalent.com/learning with your resume and demo reel. Once you click the apply button, it will take you to a platform called Smart Recruiters. This is what the admissions team used to communicate with you. There, you can answer the screening questions and fill in your application. What to include in your demo reel? Your demo reel should demonstrate your skills in the department that you are applying for. Try to put your best work forward and not exceed 2 minutes. This will help us see that you have the fundamental technical and creative skills in the department that you are applying for. A variety of projects to demonstrate your different skills is good to show, and if possible, include the references you worked off in corner page so that we can compare with your final output. We understand that many of you might be applying straight out of school and your demo reels will include group assignments. However, the output should be of what you worked on. Enrollment process. Once you send in your application, a member of the admissions team will review your submission and get in contact with you with more information. Each candidate must complete a preliminary review as well as a standardized skill test and interview post clearing the test to be admitted into the course. Remember, we want to see your skills. Any known teamwork or copying for all involved applicants will be considered cheating and result in direct rejection. Thank you for your time, and on behalf of the admissions team, we wish you the best of luck and hope to see many of you applying in future. Thank you.
Now that we're all more familiar with what the Academy is all about, for anyone who'd like to further understand the process of applying to the Academy better, please tap on the link you see on the top right of your screen, and that'll definitely help. I'd also like to thank each one of you here today. We encourage you to connect with us on social media, and if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach us through the details mentioned on the screen, and we will get back to you. A recorded version of this webinar will be available to stream on demand on YouTube. Thanks again for joining us here today, and we'll see you soon for the next episode of Learn, Create, and Grow. Until next time, bye-bye. Take care.